Nation, I am so happy to be back for another episode of Be More Unboxed. Remember, I told you that there were a bunch of things that I got in that I really wanted to review slash unbox. I'm excited about this one because this is actually a series of things from the same store. Aren't you excited? Even if you're not, I'm excited enough for all of us. So I thought it would be very cool to go to a discount store to see what I could get that would be good for video production. Discount, you heard what I said, right? So we're not spending a whole lot on this. So I went and I got quote a bunch of stuff to review to see if it would work well for production, because we're all trying to keep production on the cheap, especially if you're just starting your video journey and you're not sure what you're doing yet. Better to use something that's not as expensive. Actually, it's just better to start, right? So sometimes cost is prohibitive in terms of you getting there. Start with your phone and then add some little accoutrement. I'm going to show you some of the things that you may want to add today. So we went to, who's we? I went to Five Below. You guys know Five Below. Yes. So it's a store that has all sorts of neat little kitschy stuff for your home, for your dorm. They also have electronics in case you didn't know. Now, I had always seen them, but I had always not paid very much attention to them because I'm like, $5, how good can they be and how long will they last? I'm about longevity when it comes to the game, because sometimes when you spend too little money, you spend your time replacing them because they keep breaking. So that was my turning my eye away from the electronics at Five Below at first. But I said, you know what? This is an experiment. Let me just see what their things are like, and then I can report to you as to whether or not they're good buys. So I went to Five Below and I got their vlogging kit. You know, vlogging is all the rage. You see it everywhere. People giving you a day in the life, what's happening, what they're up to from their point of view. So that's basically what vlogging is. And every store and their mother has come up with an all-in-one vlogging kit. Five Below is no different. Let me tell you what this comes with. So it comes with a pistol tripod, a shotgun microphone. Both of those things sound very violent, but we're going to move on. Also, a universal phone mount and a 36 bulb LED cube light. It's not really a cube, it's just a light. Looks like a cube. But in any case, that's what this vlogging kit came with. And this is what it looks like on the back. So you can see all the separate components, because what I've done is I've put everything together the way it's supposed to be done. And I'm going to show it to you right now. Okay, here we are. Da, 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 da. I don't know why I sang that song, but I did. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's royalty free. So, as we were talking about, all of these things, components come together. Now, let me tell you what I do like about this. The fact that each of these components has what's called a hot shoe. And it's like a little slit where things can fit in. So you'll see that on the top of your camera for a light, for a microphone, etc. But it's cool because each of these components has that, so you don't have to get another mount to be able to put your camera and your mic. So it's all encompassing. Very cool. Let's start at the top with the microphone. Now, you know me, if you know me, some of you may not, I may be new to some of you, but if you know me, my thing is you get what you pay for. And so because, oh, and I didn't tell you what I paid for this. This kit, minus the phone, was $10. Five Below has most things that are $5 and below, but they also have like kind of a premium line where things are $10 or $20. It's very few things, but they do have a few higher priced things. And obviously they're higher priced for a reason. I got a couple of those higher priced things, and this is one of them. So this is $10 and it includes all of these components. 4 components goes into $10. That's about what, $2.50 or so each for each component. So for just over $2.50, you get each of these things. So you have to think to yourself, how good can a $2.50 microphone be? pretty darn good, I have to say. I am not mad at this microphone. I have tried this already. I went to, and this is, I've had this for a while now, but in July, I went to, no, June, sorry, in June, the famous DJ D Nice came to my area, came to Miami, and I said I met up with some of the CQ or Club Quarantine members in Miami the night before. So I said, because people flew in from out of town, I said, I'll meet you at the hotel, and we got to meet in person. Pretty cool. So I said, you know what? Let me try and see if this will work for that, because then it's like I'm definitely not taking it the next day to the concert if this doesn't work. So I took it and tried it out. I actually recorded. We did a live stream on Instagram with this, and I have to say I am not mad at this less than $3 microphone. Granted, I have not tested it in a quieter room to see if I hear any buzzing or any hissing. Sometimes with the cheaper microphones, you will get a hissing sound and you'll get some buzzing interference, to be expected when you get a sound piece that's so cheap. But I did not notice that with this. And there were a lot of us. It was able to separate our voices from a lot of other noise. I'm pleasantly surprised with this. Like I said, I may have to come and do an update when it comes to being in a quieter space. But for doing what it did with a bunch of people, it did what it did. So I'm not mad at this at all. Next component. So now we go down the hot shoe mic to the LED light. This is a 36 bulb LED light that runs on two AA batteries. And let me tell you, these AA batteries, which is terrible, when you're not using something, take out the batteries because you don't want it to leak and ruin. And in fact, after this, I'll take it out. That lets you know the batteries have been in this since June, and it is now October. So I'm going to, or in this rather, so I'm going to take out the batteries because that is an abomination. Do as I say, not as I do. So anyway, but it is good to, whenever you're not using a device or something, take out the batteries. It makes the batteries last longer, but it also will not ruin your device if the batteries happen to leak. So this is actually pretty cool. I'm not mad at this either. So it has the cover that is frosted, so it kind of diffuses the light. LED lights, as you know, can last 11 years, so you're not going to have to worry about replacing bulbs or anything. These last super long, and even longer if you're not using it a lot. So I've only used this like maybe twice, and it's working well. So it's got 3 settings. For less than $3, go ahead. 3 settings. So you turn it on, and this is actually the brightest setting. Where you turn it on is the brightest setting. The next dimmest is the mid. I don't know if you saw that, but you've got bright. Well, I turned it off. So sorry. Bright, then mid, then lower. So hopefully you saw that. It did change, but it probably changed very little. Again, it's less than $3. So we're going to turn that off. Sorry, didn't mean to to shine the light in your eyes, but I wanted you all to see that. Again, this is pretty good. If you need some light, you're on the go and you're in need of some light, this will work. And again, I would use this separately, definitely. And once I test the mic again, I probably would use the mic separately too. So now let's turn this around. We've got the universal mount. And it's universal. As you can see, this has a little hole because it will also screw onto something if you need it to. And it screws at the bottom. So it's got dual screws here at the back and then also at the bottom. And this will fit. It won't fit a tablet, but it will fit basically any smartphone. This then screws in to the grip, right? So you've got your grip where you can handhold and do some kind of run and gun type stuff. But this is also what I like. It has these buttons that you press in and it will swivel back and forth. And you probably would want it to swivel when you are using the tripod. Yeah, so the legs swing out and now you've got yourself a tripod. So let me tell you some of the the cons with this. Now, again, the pros are I am not mad at this entire thing for $10. I would do it. I would definitely recommend it. If you're starting out, you need a vlogging kit, you need everything all in one, you're by a Five Below, I would say yes, definitely get it. Some of the cons with this are that this tripod does not extend. So if you have it and you want to use it as a tripod, you're going to have to boost it up to eye level to do any good video. So because it's really low, like right now, this would sit way lower than this on the table that I'm at. So in order to shoot properly, you need it at eye level. This does not extend to eye level. So what you're going to have to do is either, if you already have another tabletop tripod that extends, you can swap that out for this. That will work perfectly well. You can find another one that does extend and is a tripod. It kind of defeats the purpose of the all-in-one. Well, that extends, that's also a grip. I mean, if defeats the purpose of the all-in-one, but if you really like this setup, then I would say go for it. Here's the other thing, is $10. Each component is about $250, $275. It's made of a hard plastic, so it's not a flexible plastic at all. If any of these components drop, for example, on a hard floor, like my floors are terrazzo, if I happen to drop these, it probably will chip. So because it's a hard plastic, you're done for if you do drop it. However, I will say that for the price, and if you're careful with it and you're not dropping things here and there, this is pretty good. For $10, it's a yes for me. It's a yes. So again, this is from Five Below. Here, we're going to put this down. This is from Five Below. It is their vlogging kit. It is $10. You can't beat it. Even if you get it and you decide, I don't like this, you could use it as a secondary kit for if you're doing a secondary camera. Leave this maybe in your car in case you're like, ooh, and it's always good to have something with you to shoot because you never know what will transpire. So you could leave that in your car and it would work pretty good, or leave it in a bag because all of them unscrew. And as you can see, the components are not that large, so they would unscrew and they'll fit inside a bag. And that is it. So we've got more stuff that I'm reviewing coming up in this series of Be More Unboxed. So stay tuned for that. If you decide to try this, please let me know what you think. You could put it below. You could also inbox me on Instagram. I would love to know what you've done with this and how you like it. All right. Well, that is it for now. I am going to go and be more and get the rest of these videos done. And I hope that you go to be more as well. Cheers. We always here for you. Come from you emotionally broke.